Hey everyone, my name is Tanisha Davis and I just made the switch over to EXP. So I want to talk to you about things that I didn't know or have any idea existed when I was looking to get into real estate. So if you're getting licensed, this is for you and hopefully it will be helpful. So whenever you get licensed, you have to have your license held underneath a brokerage. You're not allowed to be a broker until you've earned enough broker points and you've been licensed for at least 3.5 years. So this is going to be a requirement if you're coming into this industry. Me personally, I had no idea what a broker was. I know I'd heard like Keller Williams and different names, but I didn't know what it all meant. So Keller Williams is going to be the overarching umbrella, which is going to hold your license. And that brokerage is up to you to pick. And there's tons to pick from. And I'm going to give you a couple of terms and a lay of the land so that way you know what to ask and kind of how to get the ball rolling. So first thing to understand is knowing what type of brokerage you are joining. So for example, EXP is a cloud-based brokerage, which means there's not a physical brick and mortar location. We do have a local broker. We are worldwide. And so regardless of what state or where I move to, I have access to the same brokerage and it's the same experience. Whereas if we look at Keller Williams is a franchise. So they are also a worldwide company and they have offices everywhere, but they have brick and mortar locations and those each place is a franchise. So it's owned and operated by different parties. So my experience with Keller Williams is tied to the South Jordan branch, which was incredible. I had a great time there. But if you were to ask me about the Orem or Salt Lake or different branches, I couldn't speak to the culture or the environment, the training, because I wasn't a part of it. Even though it was the same brokerage, Keller Williams, again, they're separately owned and operated. So that's something that I had no clue existed. The next are teams. So there can be teams underneath that umbrella. So for example, I have Brick by Brick Real Estate and now we're a team, but that's a separate brand from Keller Williams or EXP or any brokerage. It's my brand and I own it. And so if I were to interview someone to join my team, they would be joining Brick by Brick Real Estate team underneath my brokerage, which in this case is EXP. So I know when I was interviewing different parties, I would interview with a team and was really confused on how they were Keller Williams, but not at the main branch office. And they were called something else. And so if you are asking someone who's a part of a team, ask them, okay, what brokerage are you a part of? Because there's going to be two different parts that are going to apply to you. One, whatever your team agreement is, maybe you're on a 50-50 split. And then also your brokerage agreement on top of that, because again, your license has to be under a brokerage. If you're joining a team, it will need to be the same brokerage that your team is a part of. So doing a scenario really quick. Let's say I have a commission check of $10,000 under, let's say EXP, because that's where I'm at. I would be on an 80-20 split. If I'm an individual agent and I go in on my own, I would keep 80%, which is $8,000, and I would give $2,000 to the brokerage. And that would be my brokerage split until I cap. If I join a team, and let's say that team provides me leads and training or X, Y, and Z that makes it appealing, and I'm on a 50-50 split, how that would work is I'd get that $10,000 commission check. I would give 50% to the team, 50% would go to me, and then both the team and I would have our broker splits applied to the revenue that we received. And so I would then take my 50%, which is $5,000, and I would keep 80% of that and contribute 20% of that, which goes to the brokerage towards my cap. Keller Williams is the same, except you are on a 70-30 split and your cap is 18,000. But with that cap fee, there's two different parts. You have 5,000 or 15,000, not 15,000. Yes, 15K is your market share fee. And then there's a $2,000 franchise fee. So collectively together, it's 18,000. So I'm going to do a separate video that kind of breaks down the structure and back end of how brokerages are set up and organized. But EXP is a cloud-based brokerage. So when you think of cloud-based, there's no brick and mortar. Keller Williams is a franchise. So you have multiple franchises. And then you have little boutique brokerages, which are smaller brokerages, and they are going to have whatever agreement that they are going to provide. Some of them you'll hear the term flat rate broker, which means you don't have a split or a set amount that you're contributing towards that's going to cap out. You just have a flat rate that you're paying. Maybe it's $2,000. So if I had that $10,000 commission check, I would give $2,000 to the flat rate broker, and that would be my fee. But again, you get what you pay for. There's going to be an exchange. There's different levels of training. There's different levels of technology, your culture, all of the things. And I'll do a separate training that goes into training differences specifically. So all in all, know that you have to have your license with a broker. That broker is going to dictate the culture, the requirements, and what things look like for you. If you're looking to brand your own company, make sure that's allowed within your brokerage. And if you're working under a brokerage that does allow that, make sure that you're finding out if the team that you're looking to join, what brokerage they're a part of. So a good question to ask is going to be, okay, by the time this $10,000 commission check actually hits my account, what does it look like? And more than likely for your first 3 transactions, you're going to be in a new agent program. So asking, okay, after I'm out of the new agent program, what does that look like? If I were to change brokerages, are there any fees? Is it hard to do so? So for example, I just made the switch from Keller Williams over to EXP. I'm not a new agent anymore, so I didn't need to do the new agent program. I had met the requirements with EXP to open up a team immediately, but there's going to be different requirements and stipulations that different brokerages are going to have. I have a client a agent at Coldwell Banker that wants to come over and join my team, but they're still within their first 3 transactions. And so if they leave now, they actually have to pay a cancellation fee, which I believe was $2,500. I'm not 100% sure, but just know what you're getting yourself into. Ask questions. Your needs are going to change. Your priorities are going to change. If you change brokerages, that's completely fine. At the end of the day, people are wanting to work with you, with your brand, with whatever you create. That's what they're doing business with. I hope that answers some questions. I know going into it, this was really confusing for me, so I hope this is helpful for you. Thanks.